Hola mis queridos suscritos en español. Muchos de ustedes me han pedido cómo poder leer en subtítulos mis videos porque no hablan el inglés. Aquí les voy a enseñar cómo. Se van aquí a esta donde dice settings o configuración o esta manillita de ahí. Se van a subtítulos. Allí van a escoger traducir o autotranslate, a mí me parece, y ahí simple y sencillamente buscan el idioma. Aquí va a ser el español, así que ojalá que la P o PQR vamos a ver acá, por acá está el español. Una vez que lo aplican, ya comienzan a salir los subtítulos en español. Y eso lo pueden hacer con cualquier idioma, puede ser ruso, chino, lo que sea. Así que se los agradezco mucho. Y gracias por ver mi video.
But of course, now the regrets start coming fast and furious, which is the case whenever Harry and Meghan are involved with anything or anybody. And some people mistakenly think that the negative attention Harry and Meghan bring to any project is good PR. Most people who attach negative individuals to a project, they get negative press, nothing positive about it, which is what this Prime Minister of Jamaica is finding out, trying to shrug it off and laughing at the expense of the British royal family. By the way, Jamaica is still part of the Commonwealth and the United Kingdom realm. So yeah, this is where we're at right now. Regrets, laughing it off, mocking, and Harry and Meghan still using and hawking those titles.
Right here. Right there. Right there. We missed it. We all missed the fact that it's the strap underneath, you know, where you strap your bodysuit underneath your vagine. I'm trying to explain it for the men in the article in the chat here. Andrew, just so you understand.
I thought that was something else.
We
I thought you were about to tell me she's a man.
Many people are wondering why were Meghan Markle and Harry there. Paramount, yes, Paramount did invite them. They wanted to hitch their ride to that because Netflix down. That Netflix deal is gone. Meghan Markle can't get a director for her Meet Me at the Lake little clip because nobody wants to work with her because she wants to direct. Nobody wants to work with her to such an extent that right now the Suits cast did a commercial and she was not invited. And this is for the Super Bowl. Meghan has to go to Vancouver to a charity event hockey game for autism and basically insert herself in for less than a second little ad of a hockey game in Vancouver. That's how desperate this situation is. And I am going to do a video about the Suits cast and how she's now trashing them. Because let's not forget that Meghan Markle likes to get even. So yeah, now we have the Prime Minister of Jamaica, a man who is a crooked politician. I don't understand why people are supporting this man. He's crooked as hell. It's all talk and no show. There's also something interesting called the Jamaican Screen Development Initiative, which is a $1 billion financial program to support, and strengthen the local screen-based industries earlier today, which is like the film industry. So there is a lot of money for films to be made in Jamaica, which Meghan and Harry want to capitalize. They're not Jamaicans, but they're trying to partner themselves with Archwell to a Jamaican local company so the local company can apply for these kind of funds so Harry and Meghan Markle can produce movies or steal the money, whichever way you want to call it. You know, nothing, I always say, guys, that everything comes always down to cold, hard cash. Cold, hard cash. That's where it always comes down to. Cash is king. Cash is power. So yeah, there's two double things that they were there for. One, because Paramount paid them and Harry needs the money. It's very unlikely he will get any money from the UK unless the judge is that blatantly corrupt, which I hope is not. So he needs to pony up the money. But we know that Harry's cheap. We know that just like Meghan, he is also the king of freebies. He's used to never paying for his way. Now he's shocked he has to pay even for his cell phone. So yeah, so now we have the Prime Minister of Jamaica, a man who publicly, vulgarly, that is, and I'm not saying that because he said it to Prince Catherine and to Prince William and Catherine. No proper statement who knows about diplomacy would treat and trash the people that they invited and who they're hosting in a public stage. Because what he did was to try to humiliate Prince William and Catherine. Why, if that was the case, why invite them at all? Why host them at all? If what he meant was that, oh, I'm going to call them and I'm going to tell them to their faces here that we're moving on from you. That is the most repugnant thing that anybody can do. That is low class completely. But he feels the big man because he feels he's telling the monarchy, you're going to be out. That was in 2020, I think. We're still waiting. Or was it 2020 or 2022, guys? Please correct me. Anyways, he made it look like they were moving on that year. We're what, in 2024? We'll see, because he couldn't he couldn't simply do away with the monarchy. He needs to have a referendum, and people do love the monarchy, and they do love Prince William and Catherine. We saw that when they went to visit. The only negative Nelly, was the Prime Minister trying to muscle himself, make himself feel like a big man because he has a small dick, and he felt he had the stage and it's gone to his head. So now he's like, oh my God, I didn't know there was going to be such backlash for me shaking Harry's hand and Meghan's hand. I didn't know. Nobody's buying that BS. Harry, he knew that he was going to shake Harry's hand and Meghan's hand because it was programmed. And it was done with that maximum impact. And then there's like, oh, I didn't know. Oh, well, more publicity for Jamaica, because this is what he said. I was pleased, and this is in an interview, to open this Jamaican screen development initiative, of which Meghan Markle and Harry won a piece of the pie. Jamaica pie, man. And not only the joints in marijuana this month. I was pleased, and I was also very happy to see royals coming to participate in this major event. Harry is a former royal. He's not representing anybody, but he's given credence to the fact that Harry was there. Why would he be happy to see a royal family that he wants to be rid of? This is like saying, oh, I'm glad members of the Ku Klux Klan are coming to watch the Jamaican movie. And again, what did I always say? As I said earlier, it always comes down to money. Because Harry and Meghan wants a piece of that Jamaican Screen Development Initiative pie, and they will do whatever it takes to get a piece of that $1 billion pie from Jamaica. Even if they have to partner with somebody that they don't want, as long as to get it. As I said, to either make a movie or not. But they will get that money because they are that greedy. They are that desperate. Now, this man who had the vulgarity, the lack of diplomacy of any decent, half-decent statement by inviting first the Royal Highnesses, Prince and Princess of Wales, to come to Jamaica, because Prince William and Catherine, they just didn't wake up one day and say, oh, we're gonna go to Jamaica. No. They were invited they always get invitations to go to different countries, and they pick and choose which ones they're gonna do. So they chose to accept Jamaican's invitation. Everything, all that you saw in Jamaica was planned by the Jamaican who were the host. So I don't know if they did it, this idiot who wants to be reelected in 2025, did it with the sole purpose of making himself a small dick man, to make himself feel like a big dick one, by grabbing Prince William, a representative of a government, an individual he invited, and basically try to flog him publicly just to build himself up. Instead of saying, thank you for coming here, we're talking about certain items. No. And by the way, please correct me if I'm wrong. This thing was done in 2022, I think it was. And he said that year they were going to do it because he tried to do away with the monarchy without the referendum, but he couldn't do it. So he needs to hold a referendum. And Jamaica really loves Prince William and Princess Catherine, as shown by the real people. It's just a small dick man who's a skank with his skanky wife, who's running a political platform on the basis of hatred again. The basis of hatred again. All of that just for political views. And he's dumb because you don't do that. You don't invite somebody. It's like inviting somebody to your home, paying for their expenses and stuff like that, just so you can trash them publicly. It makes no sense. Unless, of course, he felt, oh, I'm going to do it because I'm the big man here in Jamaica. I'm very curious to see, because the election is going to be, as I said, in 2025, and he's a complete moron and a crooked man. And Jamaica's the crime rate is horrible. Instead of giving that $1 billion to screen, he should implement it in healthcare because it's desperately needed. The level of poverty in Jamaica is beyond this. Movies, I know it's an industry, but right now the needs of Jamaica are worse than that. But yeah, so Harry and Meghan, according to very good sources, guys, were there because when Harry was given a compliment, Harry, you look good. Oh, it's because I got away from that family. So he's ingratiating himself in Jamaica by continuing to trash his own family. And when he was asked in Jamaica about the Princess of Wales' health, he laughed it off. He said that it was all made up to gather sympathy because they're down in the dumps and they wanted to upstage them. People laugh. Harry's such an idiot that he doesn't understand that whenever he trashes his family, people may laugh in front of him, but behind him, they're calling him disloyal, a traitor, somebody with no credibility. Because if you talk that about your family, and everybody knows that his family loved him very deeply, to the point that he's still on that bloody website. So he's looked badly upon. So now, and Meghan laughing it off. Oh, she's just having a nervous breakdown because William is having an affair again, and she went herself through the hospital because she's having a nervous breakdown. We even heard Angela Levin imply that William was doing the same role with Princess Catherine as he did with his late mother, because she kind of implied that Catherine was having a nervous breakdown and that's why she was there. That is the sad state of affairs. And you have to wonder about these royal reporters. So Meghan and Harry go to Jamaica because they want money. Harry needed money also because he's going to have to pony up the £750,000. I don't think this judge is that corrupt to rule that the Mail and Sunday pays for that, because I'm pretty sure they take it to the Supreme Court. But the judge in the UK are so corrupt right now. But I don't think they will, so he has to pony up the money. But yeah, there was a twofold visit to see how they can team up with somebody in Jamaica so they can get funds from that $1 billion funds from that very impoverished country, whose $1 billion should be used for the infrastructure, as I said, medical facilities, improving, for the welfare of the citizens. So no, that's where Harry and Meghan are. It always comes down to money, guys. I always said that it always comes down to money. So do you believe that now he's now regretting it, all the backlash? He didn't want to be caught in that backlash. Then you shouldn't have posed with that guy. You shouldn't have arranged that meeting to post with them, because you knew, that Prime Minister knew, that Harry and Meghan had been bad-mouthing their royal family. So he wanted to be seen as still being part of the royals, as being nice to the royals, because he got backlash from what he did to Prince William. So he's still saying, oh, I was happy to see the royal family here. Why would you? If that is your number enemy one, that they're so bad that you can't wait to get rid of them. So he wanted to have some royal presence and be seen to enjoy their visit, and that he's okay with the royal people and blah blah blah. But he wanted to at the same time send the message that he's not really quite approving of the royals, but he's not liking the backlash, just like Gabor Mate is now not liking that backlash. But yet the Gabor Mate didn't give back the money, did he? He still kept the money. It's all very disgusting, beautiful people. Please let me know what you think.